Why don't we start, believe it or not, with some baseball? Now, the last time I opened up with a take on the AL MVP race was about 1 month ago. In fact, exactly 1 month ago. And at that time, I said, right now it's a toss-up. And it was still to be determined. But I absolutely, if I had to choose one, I said this a month ago, if I had to choose one, I would vote for the one with the big dump in his pants.
You have a big dump in your pants.
Cal Raleigh, of course, the big dumper. And not just because he's got a big dump in his pants, and I absolutely love that drop. In fact, people say to me, Rome, what is your favorite drop in the jungle? And not the 30 that we have left after the power outage, but of all the 8,000. What is your favorite drop? I don't have a favorite, but that one might be my favorite. And if it's not my favorite, it's on the short list. I love it. But that's not why I'm saying that the big dumper should be the AL MVP. Even if it is my favorite jungle drop ever, it's just not about that drop. I thought the dumper was the most deserving a month ago. I feel even more strongly about that right now. So you might as well call this Dump Day, clones. Dump Day, let's go. Get up, it's Dump Day. Get your ass out of bed, it's Dump Day. Yesterday was Hump Day, today is Dump Day. You know why? Because I'm calling the race right now. I am declaring the dumper as the AL MVP right now. Congrats, dumper. Hey, dump. This one's for you. You earned it, especially after last night. Because of last night. Because of this epic moment.
Channing MVP. Fly ball to right field. Number 6.
Go down there and get that.
A catcher has hit 60 home runs. Your MVP moment, Cal Raleigh.
Nailed it. Your MVP moment, Cal Raleigh. A catcher has hit 60 home runs. That dude strides up to the plate to the deafening roar of MVP chants, and then becomes the first catcher to ever hit 60 home runs in a single season. 60 bombs for a switch-hitting catcher. It doesn't really get any more epic than that. Except it does, because the Mariners also clinched their first AL Western crown since 2001 with that win last night. So that any good. It's almost like this guy is the MVP or something. And by the way, if you thought that was impressive, check out this first home run of the night. I thought this one might actually land in Canada.
Now, fly ball! Watch it fly! Cal Raleigh, how far? Wow! Number 59! Only Judge, Maris, and Babe Ruth have ever hit more in American League history. And how many have hit one up there?
I was about to say, never mind upper tank. Look at this. I thought it was going into the lights. You know, like Kevin Costner. I thought there'd be shattered lights everywhere. That was a titanic blast. It's like this dude and this season are just too good to be true. Like there's a damn good reason why no catcher has ever hit 60 home runs before. There's a damn good reason no catcher has ever come anywhere near 60 home runs in a season before. It's because it shouldn't really be possible. It really doesn't compute. Catching is brutal. No matter how much pop there is in that bat, catching will wear you down. Catching will beat you down. Except that apparently that does not apply to the dumper, because this dude's not fading down the stretch. He's actually playing his best ball when it matters most down the stretch, after catching all those games. And he doesn't sound like he's anywhere near done either, because he's been repeating an important message in his post-game interviews, much to the chagrin of the Mariners TV network.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people heard what I said last night, Might as well win the whole thing.
All right, Aaron, back up to you. Naughty, naughty Cal. Naughty Cal.
Who are you, the FCC? Naughty Cal. Naughty Cal. Naughty, bad boy. Bad boy. Naughty. Naughty Cal. Legendary Cal. I mean, I understand that a live F-bomb can be rough. We had one on this show yesterday. Not cool. But it also wasn't Cal Raleigh dropping that F-bomb. It was Tyler in Michigan. Slight difference there. Which is why I can't believe she basically dropped the hammer on the dumper. She dropped the hammer. That was her own manual hammer. Let me tell you something. That noise she just made is more offensive to me than the F-bomb. Oh, no. Seriously, that noise she just made is more offensive to me than the F-bomb. And that should be one of your 31 drops right there. Oh! What kind of noise is that? What kind of sound is that? That's almost more significant to me than either one of those bombs. I can't get over that sound.
Naughty, naughty Cal.
You know what?
Naughty Cal.
I take it back. Give her the MVP. Not even for the naughty, naughty Cal. Just for that. I can't get over that. Where is that sound coming from? I've never heard a sound like that before. Only a catcher, a switch-hitting catcher who hits 60 could elicit that sound from another human being. Why are you so upset? Why are you in trouble? You didn't do anything. Man, I love that sound. Whatever it is. Anyway, he's right, though. They may, at the risk of having her go, again, they may as well win the whole bleeping thing now. Especially because the whole bleeping thing is wide bleeping open. In fact, incredibly, the Mariners are the Vegas favorite to advance to the World Series from the American League right now. They are. They're plus 200. They have better odds than the Yankees. So yes, they may as well win that whole bleeping thing right now. He's not wrong. He's not wrong when he says that. And with the way the dumper is leading from the front and leading this team, it could very well happen. They may be the ones to come out of the AL. Another reason why Cal is my MVP. It's not just about him. It's about that team. Now, don't get me wrong. Take him off that team, and they're not where they are. We know this. But this is what the MVP is all about. Lifting up the entire team. The MVP is about making broadcasters in-house say, oh! That's what an MVP does. The MVP is not necessarily the best statistical player. Before you come running up in here, I am well aware side by side what their numbers are. Look, there's no doubt who the leader of the Mariners is. And there's no doubt where that juice comes from, in Seattle. A team, by the way, that has run off 16 wins in their last 17 games. 16 wins in their last 17 games to rip the AL West and grab their first divisional championship in 24 years. And in those 16 wins over the last 17 games, the dumper has had 9 home runs and hit exactly 300. Case closed, right? Now, I want to be clear about one more thing. This is not a segment of Aaron Judge slander. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not going to act like Aaron Judge isn't having an absolutely amazing season. He is. I mean, arguably even historic. Because nobody's ever won a batting title and hit 50 home runs since, well, ironically enough, the Mick in 1956. And brace yourself, because here comes some more data. Judge leads the American League in batting average by 13 points. Judge leads the American League in on-base percentage by 63 points. 455. Nobody else is even over 400. Dominant, right? As for heads-up comparisons with Raleigh, Judge's batting average, 80 points higher than the dumper. 80. Judge's on-base percentage, 94 points higher. Raleigh leads baseball in home runs. That's it. That's the only category he's got. Aaron Judge leads baseball in WAR, batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, intentional walks. You know, that's the part where everybody jumps in and says, but. Cal is a catcher. Right. Valid point. I'm agreeing with that point. Man, there's such an enormous difference there. Such an enormous difference between doing what he does and having to be behind the dish every single day and a part of every single pitch every single day. He's got a whole separate life. In fact, 3. He's got his life as a right-handed hitter. He's got his life as a left-handed hitter. He's got his life behind the dish. He's got to manage the pitching staff. He's got to anchor that defense every single day, and not to mention all the physical wear and tear that comes along with catching. Meanwhile, as we all know, Judge is the opposite of a catcher. Judge is the opposite of a catcher. He is a dropper. He's more of a drop a routine fly ball in the World Series kind of guy. And as much as that should not factor into this MVP debate, I bet it does. I bet it does for a lot of people. I think a lot of people remember what a disaster he was in the postseason last year, and they don't really feel like giving him the nod in a race that could go either way. And I think that there probably is some general Judge MVP fatigue, the same way that there's some general LeBag MVP fatigue, even some Lamar MVP fatigue. But again, that's not why I think that the dumper is the MVP. It's not because I have Judge fatigue. And it's got nothing to do with that catastrophe in the World Series last year, as pathetic as that was. It's because the dumper has been the more valuable player to a team having its best season in decades and won its division. And he did it as a switch-hitting catcher. And it's the best offensive season that any catcher has ever had in the history of that sport by a mile. So no, the numbers top to bottom don't necessarily favor Raleigh, but the numbers also can't necessarily factor in what it really takes to be an everyday catcher and still hit 60 home runs. And he's not done yet. In this case, his season was more impressive than even his impressive numbers show, and his value to the Mariners even greater than those impressive numbers show. So essentially what I'm saying here is, if you don't think that the AL MVP is Cal Raleigh, then you have a big dump in your pants. Signed, Peter McNeely.
Don't discriminate against the white guy. Give him a chance, too.
And keep laughing. Keep laughing. They're real funny, huh? If any one of you that doesn't respect me or what I'm doing or what I've been doing for the last 3 months since it was been announced, and going against a guy like this, you'd have a big dump in your pants.